You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Welcome back to Channel Adrian TV, and y'all know me as Adrian. But before we get into the video, y'all know what y'all need to do. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the videos. Also follow me on Rumble, where I post, and the Room 1031 podcast that I do with Maurice. And if you have anything you want me to react to, sports, the dynamics between men and women, or an Ask Adrian question about your own personal life, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can hit me up on one of my social media platforms. They'll be pinned in the description. Now we have another reaction video about a guy who's saying he doesn't date his type because, for lack of a better term, he does too much tricking. And this video covers a few things that I discussed before on this channel, and it highlights them as well. But first, let's watch the video about the guy saying he doesn't date his type because when he dates his type, he does too much tricking.
Woman on here that said the real reason she doesn't date attractive men is because basically once you her type, you can get away with almost anything. And I 100% feel that. Like, I'm not gonna say I date ugly women because I don't, but like, I stay away from my type because my type has me spending money that I don't have, skipping work that I need to be doing, mentally going through all the fucking loops, and I don't want to go through no more circuses. I don't want to chase nobody. I only want what wants me. So I'm not going after my type, and my type is the traditional bad bitch. And I think that's everybody's type. But the bad bitch has a worse personality, is all I'm saying. So I like women that like me as much as I like them, as well as have personality to go with looks, have smarts to go with looks. Like, my type, all you got to do is be light skin, curly hair, and a nice body and a pretty face, and boom, here's my wallet. Here it all. Oh, you need your nails done? Don't worry, I got it. And nigga, I don't got it. I really don't got it. So that shit is like detrimental to my life. So I stay away from them.
So a few things about that video. First, I already know people are going to say colorism because he said traditional bad. The traditional baddie is light skin with curly hair. Look, I get that's his type and people have preferences. Now, in my personal opinion, there are baddies that are brown, dark skin, whatever color they are. There's baddies in many different colors. But he said a few things that I've said on this podcast. Number one, it's not that she had a bad attitude. You just wasn't her best option. I've seen baddies treat men well. I've seen baddies go out of their way for certain men. It's just that in her group of men, you were probably on the bottom totem pole. You probably could have just been a do boy. Like, you hear that example when you say you need your nails done. You could have been paying for her nails to get done to go out with the guy she really likes instead of you. And that's just how it goes sometimes. I recently came across a post, and I'll put the post up. This is why, like I said, a majority of men go broke, because they be living outside their means to attract women and also to keep them happy. This is why I see a lot of men in marriages, they go broke as well, because they have to keep up a certain lifestyle, because the only way to keep women happy in most marriages, especially long marriages, are experiences. Say if you're in the marriage 10 or 15 years, because I've always said all relationships have a peak. And the only way you could keep that relationship afloat is by different experiences. You need money to do those type of things. But I can tell you now, majority of people don't have 6 months to a year saved, or some people are even living paycheck to paycheck. Even married couples. Like, for example, a lot of married couples, the reason they do have some type of savings is that lump sum of money they get from kids from income taxes. Because I know people, they are so poor with money, they can't save that money. So when they get that big income tax, that's what it kind of holds them down for the year, or that becomes an emergency savings for the year. And also another thing I talked about on this channel is, you hear how he said light skin, curly hair is his type. This is why I say knowing the person's type is important, because let's say, for example, I have a daughter and she's dark skinned. If she was to date and marry that man, I will tell her, look, all relationships have a peak. and you may not be able to reach the peak with him because you're not his ideal type. This is the reason why women say, I have to find out what his type is, because women know when they don't date their type, their relationship is going to peak faster. That's the thing that women don't tell you. The only way as a man you'll notice is if you have a lot of experience with women, have a lot of homegirls that keep it a buck with you, or you worked with women to see this in your own life, and which I've experienced each 3 of those examples. So it's not hard for me to understand that. But for the majority of men, even men that are married, they may be oblivious to it, and then that's why they get to simping and tricking. And this comment agrees with what I said. Dark and brown women avoid this man. He will try to lowball you. And I agree with that. For example, on this channel, I've always said my type is a woman who works out. I don't care what color her skin is, because y'all know I come from an interracial relationship. Both of my parents aren't the same race. So I don't care what she is, to be honest with you. But I do care if she's in shape and works out. So if I was dating a woman and didn't work out and wasn't in shape, I know the relationship is gonna peak faster because I view her lower on the totem pole as far as physical attraction. But the thing is, with me, I'm honest with that. Most people aren't, because it will limit their dating options. But I have no problem with doing that because, like I said, I've always led with integrity when it comes to dating. And plus, why would I want to date someone who doesn't want to work out? And one commenter said, dating within your cost range is smart. Literally everybody should do it that way. There will be less complaining about gold digging when that was never the intention, and women just want the man in their lives to do nice things for them that they do for themselves. That's it. That's all. And I agree with that comment. That's why you should be honest and live within your range and live within your means. I've said I'm strict with my money. I don't spend my money frivolously. And number 2, because of the laws in America, I will never get legally married until they change some laws, which I doubt they will, because the government makes way too much money off divorce. But you see how I'm honest with that? So any woman that I'm going to be in a relationship with or build with, she knows that going in. Her parents, everybody. I don't hide that. Now, will it limit my options? Absolutely. But as I said, you need to lead with integrity when it comes to dating. If you're open and honest up front, you don't have to lie. And then number 2, you don't have to worry about being somebody that you are. For example, I know somebody who had a child with someone and that wasn't their type. But since that guy was simping and she knew she could get a baby from him before she got too old, she had a baby with him, left him, and now he's paying child support. And everybody saw it but him. But since he was very green, he didn't understand or see it. So men, learn from this video. Number 1, live within your means, especially in dating. And if you do that, are there a lot of women who are not going to date you because maybe you're strict with your money? Absolutely. But a few things. Number 1, it puts you in the pool of women who are actually interested in getting to know you. And number 2, men, you have to be honest with the person you're courting, and also understand if you're not going to date your type, your relationship will have a peak. As I've said before, women understand this more than men because women have more options when they're young, because they have all these men throwing themselves at them. So women understand that more than men. But I think as more people and more videos on social media are starting to come out about relationships, people are starting to understand this. For example, one of my homegirls told me verbatim, her mom told her to date a certain type of guy so the relationship won't peak because her own marriage peaked fast. Think about that. That's crazy to even say, but that's literally what happened to her. So that's how she was able to understand about a relationship peaking. And if you don't believe me, men, pick any girl or any woman. I don't want to say your mom because odds are your mom is going to lie to you, especially if she's still married to your dad. Ask them, do all relationships have a peak? And I guarantee you a majority of them, 9 out of 10 women will say yes. But y'all, let me know what you think about this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And men, stop tricking on women who don't want you.